How's it going out there, fellow palm growers and exotic plant freaks? We're going to do another live stream here. I just got back in from a motorcycle ride to town, and quite cloudy in town, but up here we got just sun and cloud. It's absolutely beautiful. Lots of blue sky, and there's some puffy white clouds around. It's around 20 degrees Celsius, 58% humidity, and there's zero smoke here now. Forest fire smoke looks like it has now gone away. Thank God it was a little breezy this morning, so you get those winds coming off the ocean, and it blew it all away. So the smoke stuck around for about a week. It came in last Friday morning, and woke up this morning, and it was all gone. I don't see any more smoke, and it feels a lot easier to breathe right now. So check out the latest video I just uploaded. Excuse me, I'm gonna have a little drink of some fruit juice here. Latest video I uploaded is of Plant Farm Exotic Garden here on Salt Spring Island. Went over there just to kind of tour our friend's garden, and Wendy ended up picking up a truckload of plants. He's got some really neat exotics for sale at the Plant Farm Nursery, but his display gardens are awesome. If you guys like palm trees and all types of exotica, long-term, well-established plants, you're on Salt Spring Island, go check out the Plant Farm. It is pretty amazing. He's got so many palm trees in there, lots of cactus, lots of citrus. Citrus trees are loaded up. He's got persimmons loaded with fruit. He's also has a big crepe myrtle. It would have been blooming earlier, but the smoke made the temperatures a little cooler, so the buds are ready to pop open on it. So the crepe myrtle's ready to open. Yes, they open later up here. We're that much farther north, but fully cold hardy crepe myrtles, and a really nice plant too. Even if you don't get flowers on them, you're going to have nice bark on the crepe myrtle trees. Anyway, folks, hope all is well out there. Hope everybody's staying safe and having a good weekend so far. Unfortunately, next weekend I got to come in for a couple of hours and do some work, fill in for somebody. I don't usually work weekends, but oh, did I see somebody in there? Nobody's in there yet. And if the stream keeps going, join in. If I fade out, it's because of the internet connection. We do actually have accommodation guests here, but they're out at the moment, probably at the Saturday market. I know there's two people in there watching. I can tell. Number two beside the people up there. So that's a good thing. So don't be shy. Jump in here. Tell us what you're growing. Tell us what your weather's like. I know there were some hurricanes that battered Alabama. I think they were going towards Louisiana, and then they took a turn and inundated parts of Alabama coast with a storm surge and flood waters there. And that's one thing we don't get here. We do not get flooding on Salt Spring Island. You may get the odd culvert pipe under a road or a ditch that plugs up in the heavy winter rains, and water can go across the road. That's the extent of our flooding here. There is no flooding where it's gonna damage your house on Salt Spring Island. We are high and dry, and even after a heavy-duty torrential rain, you got to look around to even try to find a puddle in our garden or in our property. It's we're up on a knoll, rocky knoll here, so all the water drains away, and we're on fast draining rocky soil. So Wendy's having a fun time right now putting those plants in the ground. I just helped her pop a hole in the ground for a myrtle. She bought a beautiful myrtle with flowers on it, Myrtus communis. That's in the eucalyptus family. Wendy's big into myrtles. So another myrtle. She bought a bunch of mondo grass, black mondo grass. It's evergreen here. She bought a Acer glyceum, which is a paperbark maple. She bought some really nice bamboo, euphorbia, boxwood. She likes boxwoods because they're drought tolerant. We have to really stick with drought tolerant stuff here. And then I was admiring his cactus patch, and he says, take a piece. So I took a piece of his opuntia, and I'm going to plant that behind Wendy's gallery there, because I got a lot of cactus I've just recently planted back there. So stay tuned for an update on that one. But check out the video, and you can have a little virtual tour of Jeff and Morgan's garden here on Salt Spring Island. I've known them for a long time. I've known them as long as I've lived here, and that's a long time. But this is a welcome relief to see blue sky, and temperature is absolutely perfect. Like I say, it's around 20 degrees. Humidity 58.4%. It's all good. And Wendy just ordered a load of topsoil the other day. We kind of split it with Banana Hal down the road, and that's what she's doing. She's filling those holes up with good topsoil, and it's cut with manure. So remember, folks, when you're digging a hole to put your plants in, $5 hole for $1 plant. That's my theory because it all stems from the roots. If you want good results, you amend the hole really well, and your plant will do a lot better rather than just sticking it in poor, dry, rocky soil like we have here. Some of you guys probably don't need to amend it well. Maybe you live on good soil. Here, the only good soil we have is down in our ravine. It's forest loam, but I can't really bring that soil up to the upper garden because there are horsetails down there. And if you bring horsetails up, you don't get rid of those things. They're very difficult to get rid of. They're a plant that have been around since the dinosaurs. Kind of like cycads and tree ferns, right? And palm trees too. I think palm trees were around when the dinosaurs were, weren't they? Correct me if I'm wrong. So I don't know if you guys are getting smoked down there. Are you? Let me know. I want to know. Clyde, Duck Killer Clyde is doing. How are you making out? I don't know if they. I don't think they can get those fires under control. They're so massive. I think there's like 5.5 million acres burning between California, Washington, and Oregon. Thank goodness we have had no fires here on Salt Spring Island. There's been 0 forest fires here. And I'm praying for rain. I do see some rain next week in the forecast, and that'll be absolutely awesome. If we can get some rain, I will be happy as a pig in mud. Anyway, I'm not going to do a super long live stream here. If nobody joins in the next 4 minutes or so, I'm going to back on and I'm going to back out of here and help Wendy do some gardening. But if somebody pops in, then I might stick around. And oh, she bought a clerodendron too. That's another plant she bought, clerodendron. That is good. You ever try that? Sun-ripe fruit plus veggies. So insurance on my bike runs out on the 25th of September. Don't you find this month going fast? So 19th today. I got 6 more days. Hey, Brad, Barry, shopping for a schmidge. Cheers. Yeah. In for a schmidge. Stopping in for a smidge. Good for you. Well, yeah. Wendy, I was going to say we went to the plant farm here on Salt Spring. His gardens are looking more amazing than ever. I don't know if you've ever been to the plant farm. If you ever get a chance when you're on Salt Spring, check out the plant farm on Vesuvius Bay Road. He's got 11.8 acres or something there, but he's got massive exotic gardens. It's overflowing with mature exotica. Fully sunny here. Sunny, blue sky, and warm. And 20 degrees Celsius. I got the patio umbrella up. Let's see. You want to see the sky? Can I go up to the sky there? We got some puffy clouds and we got some sun. So I'm using the patio umbrella to block out that sun as much as I love the sun. And there's no smoke. Forest fire smoke is all gone. Thank goodness. Where it went, I don't know. I know I talked to my aunt this morning in Vancouver. I wished her happy birthday. She's 98 today. And she says it's still smoky/foggy over there. And well, it stuck around here for a week. And that was long enough for me. I'll tell you, I can feel it in here and in my throat and in my nose and my eyes. Oh, you got rain? No, you're lucky. Oh God, I wish we had rain. No, it doesn't look like it's gonna rain here. It's like super sunny, and there's just a few scattered little clouds in the sky. That's about it. It's mostly blue sky. Rain is awesome, and I hope we actually get a torrential downpour. Wendy's doing some major planting right now, so maybe tonight we can get some rain. So send some of that rain here. We will take it. Because that's what I'm going to do after this. I'm going to help Wendy garden, and then I'm going to water the garden too. Yeah, good. Yeah, no, the smoke seems like it's totally gone here now. It's so much easier to breathe. It was awful working out and that stuff. It's not good for you at all. I mean, there's a lot of harsh stuff in it too, because I mean, there's a lot of people's houses burning down there. So you imagine when a house burns, all the bad stuff in that house that's going up in with the smoke, right? So, but here, I'll turn the thing around so you can see the eucalyptus trees in the front there. See that? There's the ukes in the front of the house. The blue sky. And yeah, I'm rather liking this. You know, when it's so smoky, the sun just doesn't have the heat to it. And we don't have the heat units. So now it's really warmed up. And like I say, at the plant farm, he's got probably a 25-foot tall crepe myrtle tree in his garden ready to pop out. And he says it would have been blooming earlier if we didn't have that smoke. Probably would have been blooming maybe last week, but because it was so cool throughout the week, the smoke stopping the sun from coming through, and it's just loaded up with flower buds. So hopefully it'll start coming into bloom in the next couple of days. I'll take the rain. At this time of the year, we need it badly. It's been a very dry summer. You know that. It gets pretty dry up in Nanaimo and Comox too. You're in Comox, and I know you're in Lansville before. So, but Yeah, I'm not going to do a super long live stream today because Wendy needs some help planting some of the things out there. And 20, yeah, it's 25 foot. I got video of it. Hey, I was shooting a video of his persimmon tree, absolutely loaded with fruit, and then I took a video of his 25 foot, and I got pictures of it too. 25-foot crepe myrtle tree. So when I upload the next video of his persimmons, maybe you'll see that crepe myrtle tree in there too. It's quite the beauty. He planted it years and years ago. Absolutely loaded with flower buds. You know, it's funny. Some people in the south say crepe myrtle won't bloom here. Well, that's absolute nonsense. We have a crepe myrtle tree growing in front of our hospital, and it also blooms. They always bloom later up here at this latitude, but crepe myrtle bloom here, oleanders bloom here, and a lot of other things bloom here as well. Yeah. Um, I'd like to try another crepe myrtle. I had one and it petered out, not in the winter, but in the summertime. That's when we lose plants here in the summertime. It gets too dry. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're here. Come over in the fall. October's a nice time. I'm gonna head over to Tofino at some point soon. So stay tuned for some Tofino videos. Lots of nice cordylines there. And I have a friend that has a nice garden there. You probably know Brian. Brian's got a great garden over there. And he does have a nice Phoenix canariensis in his garden that has been there quite a few years, and it seems to be thriving. He also has a Brahia edulis that does well. He's got a Norfolk Island pine up against his house, not so big, but it's thriving, growing. Yeah, we're heading over. I don't know when we're sometime in October. Wendy's got it booked for I think sometime in October. And we are going to go to Tofino and Ucluelet. I was supposed to go for my birthday in March, but it's didn't happen. Going good, H. Huss. How's it going over there? Beautiful here. This forest fire smoke is gone. Beautiful sunny day here on Salt Spring, at least on the north end of the island. I'm on the very northern tip of the island, so quite nice. Up here, it was quite cloudy when I was in town motorcycle riding, but up here it's a completely different story, and you don't have to go far to see a change in the weather. Busy on Salt Spring? No, it's actually quite quiet. The Saturday market's going on right now, and there's quite a few people there, but it's not as busy as it should be. There are definitely tourists around. You can spot the tourists a mile away. There's a massive cruise ship at the float plane dock. It's After Eight, owned by the Wheaton family. It's I don't know how big it is. I think it's 170 feet long, something like that. Anyway, I shot a video of it. I'll upload it, and then you can see it. I think it's somewhere in there. You know, you can also Google the name of the cruise ship, and it'll tell you all the specifications of it. So I could be wrong on the 170 feet. It's massive. Takes up the whole the float plane dock. It's a big yacht, and I don't know how much it's worth. Millions and millions. It's an amazing yacht. What do we have here? What are the corona? You can wear them if you want. Some people do, some people don't. It's pretty safe here. We had one reported case about 3 weeks ago, but they self-isolated and they're fine, and nobody else around them got it, so it's all good. It was a dishwasher at one of the local restaurants, and my friend was working side by side with him. She's a chef there, and she tested negative. So, but no, people. I do see mostly the tourists wearing masks. There's a few older people, locals, that wear masks when they go into the store, but yeah, it is pretty strict when you go into stores and stuff like that. You have to space. There's markings on the ground, so you're spaced out. They only allow 25 people at a time in the grocery store, and yeah, no, they're pretty, I guess, pretty picky about it. Yeah, no, it's good. Better be safe than sorry. But I feel pretty safe here on this island. I don't have a worry. And in my job, I stay away from people too. You know what I mean? I don't have to get close to people working in the parks department. Only thing I get close to is plants, gardens, and plants and nature. Right? You know what I mean? But no, it's all good here, and hopefully all of this will be done next year. But I somehow doubt it. So, like I said, staycation for me and no Maui. Really want to go to Maui, but not this year. Excuse me, that's good. Um, yeah, so Wendy canceled Maui. Just got to get a refund on our airfare now. Hopefully, they'll give us a refund on our airfare. Yeah, Hawaii's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I could go, but you know, the thing is, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks, and I go to Hawaii for just over a month, and it's not worth it to me to go. So I'm not going to bother. I don't want to be quarantining for 2 weeks and not be able to rent a car for 2 weeks and spending 2 weeks inside a condo. So that's not fun for me. So no, no Hawaii, and I don't know if the local Hawaiians want visitors there right now. So I'm just going to stay away this year, and this will be the first year in a long, long time that I've not gone to Hawaii. I pretty much go to Hawaii every single year. This will be my since the mid. I started going in the mid 1980s because I was married there in the summer of '86. So that was my first time to Hawaii, and second time around I was married in Hawaii too, but on a different island. So this will be my. If I was going to go this year, this would have been my 27th visit to Hawaii. I've been there a lot, and I know Oahu and Maui like the back of my hand. Unfortunately, I've never been to any of the other islands. Maybe one of these days, but I do love going to Maui. I really like Oahu too, but I like Maui actually more than Oahu. And we have a lot of good friends on Maui, so when we're there, we visit them. They live on Maui, so but not this year. I'll just have to visit them through the computer. New York to Hawaii is the same distance as New York to Jersey. Hawaii. Oh, I know. I got a friend flies from Baltimore every year, flies from Baltimore, Maryland to Maui, and we meet up with him there, and he stays there in a different condo, of course, and then we all hang out every day. We go for dinner. Comes over to our place, but you know what? He got sick and tired of flying from Baltimore to Hawaii, so this past June he moved to Olympia, Washington. He wanted to be closer to Hawaii, and he wanted to be in the Pacific Northwest, so he bought a place in Olympia, Washington. So he's not that far south of us now. So he's in the capital of Washington State, and he actually came up here and stayed with us last year. And when this is all over with and they open things up, we'll go down and visit him in Olympia, Washington, for sure. So yeah, it takes him a long time to fly from Baltimore, Maryland to Hawaii. From here to Hawaii, it's just over 5 hours, 5.5 hours. Not that bad at all. Fastest I've got back from Hawaii is about 4 hours and 45 minutes with a tailwind from Kahului Airport to Vancouver. So we fly directly from Vancouver to Hawaii. But New York is probably, like I say, it's close to fly to Europe from New York because you're on the Atlantic side, right? So I think people in New York would probably go to the Caribbean over Hawaii, but he likes Hawaii so much, so he flies to Hawaii. And once you get a taste of Hawaii, you will probably fall in love with the place. It's an expensive place. Things are not cheap there, but you know what? It's still a very good vacation. Our tickets. Well, one's on air miles, so didn't really pay for it. We always use air miles every year, so we always get at least one free ticket, sometimes two free tickets. But you got to pay the tax on the air miles. So I think we paid 120 or 30 bucks, like taxes on that one. And then the other ticket was she tries to get deals when they go on sale, and I think the second one was about maybe 675 return. 675 Canadian return, something like that. So 300 and something bucks each way. So that's what it is to fly here from Canada. And like I say, I've flown from Victoria before to Honolulu, but there's no direct flights, I don't think, from Victoria to Kahului on Maui. So what we got to do, we basically island hop. Living on Salt Spring Island, we actually have to take a ferry off our island to get to the big island, to Victoria. So we take a ferry from our island to Swartz Bay on Vancouver Island. We hop on a double-decker bus. That takes us to Victoria, which is to the airport, which is 10 minutes, something like that. And then we fly from Victoria to Vancouver, and then from Vancouver to Kahului. And you know what? Vancouver Airport is actually on an island as well. It's on Sea Island. So we go from Salt Spring to Vancouver Island to Sea Island to Maui. We hit 4 different islands. We island hop. That's what I say to people. Any places to avoid in Hawaii for tourists? Yeah, Waikiki. Waikiki, there's lots of tourists. Honolulu, lots of tourists. Kihei, there's quite a few tourists, but it's not like Waikiki. We stay in Kihei. We go to Maui. It's quieter, and there's no big high rises or anything there. So basically, Waikiki's like Vancouver with coconut palms everywhere. I mean, Waikiki's an absolutely beautiful city, but it is all condos and hotels, right? So it caters to tourists, and so prices are going to be a bit higher there, well, a lot higher. If you stay on the other side of Oahu, it's going to be cheaper, a little bit less to do, but still nice. But you might want to spend a week on Oahu and go to Maui too. Maui's a really great island. You'd really like it there. There's lots of things to see and do, and some nice botanical gardens too. Some nice botanical gardens on Oahu. You can go to. I gotta. This really bright. Hang on. Let's go this way. Go this way. Can you see me better there? Oh, it's really hard to see where the sun is bright. Um, on Oahu, in Honolulu's Hot Foster's Botanical Garden, there's another garden called Coco Crater on Oahu. There's also my favorite Lion Arboretum. Lion Arboretum is a couple hundred acres of rainforest, and they have an extremely large palm tree. So if you like palm trees the way I like palm trees, then you probably want to go to Lion Arboretum. I have lots of videos here of Lion Arboretum. I think I have videos here of Foster's Botanical Garden. I may not. I may have them on my other YouTube channel. It's been quite a few years since I've gone to Foster's Botanical Garden, but it is an absolutely beautiful place with lots of nice palms as well. Not as big. It's about 5 acres, and it is in Honolulu. Chinatown in Honolulu is nice to see. They got great Chinese food and lots of history there. They got a market there. And then, of course, in Waikiki, there's never a dull moment. There's always stuff to do. Jane would know. Jane lives in Hawaii, Aloha. She lives up in the Kapahulu district near my favorite restaurant. Well, diner. We'll say the Rainbow Diner, and our favorite bakery, Leonard's, and Peggy's Picks. We like to go to Peggy's Picks on the way to Safeway, which is up in Kapahulu. Anyway, I hope all is well there. It's a beautiful day here, Jane, on the southern Gulf Islands. Our forest fire smoke is now gone and easy to breathe. We have blue sky, sunshine here, and it's about 70 degrees. So a really nice day and nice humidity too. Lots of retirees there, lots of wealth. There's lots of wealthy people in Hawaii. On our island, there's lots of retired people too. Over 60% of our island is retired. So yeah, there's a lot of retirees here on Salt Spring Island. Yeah, there's loads of British retirees. Yeah, I've been to Florida before. I've been to Miami. Stayed at the Hyatt hotels in Miami. I like Hawaii much better though. Hawaii, in my books, is in my eyes is way better than Florida. Once you get a taste, Florida's too flat for me, too humid, and too many bugs. Hawaii, I don't get eaten alive by bugs. The topography is more mountainous, and you got the beautiful trade winds blowing, and it's just absolutely beautiful. The climate, and of course, they have their own culture too. The Hawaiians are really nice people. You'd like them. Miami is it is very rough. I was watching my back the whole time. Thought maybe I was going to get shanked by a gang. It did seem like a sketchy place to me. I never feel that way in Hawaii. Yeah, no, I could never live in Florida. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't hate the place, but it's not for me. The humidity's too high. Temperatures are way too hot. Hawaii is a much better climate, in my opinion. It's a much better place to be. You're out in the Central Pacific on islands, and the climate's better too. Unless maybe, of course, you go to the Florida Keys. That's probably much tropical down there. But even on occasion, Florida, Miami can get cool. It's rare, but it can happen. Snowflakes have fallen in Miami. It probably didn't stick, but many, many, many moons ago, it has happened. Snowflakes only fall at the highest areas in Hawaii, Maui, and the Big Island. Texas is just very hot. Yeah, I've been to Fort Worth, Dallas, but only at the airport. I was en route to Miami. Wendy's been to Arizona a bunch of times. Wendy's mom had a place in Arizona, so she'd be down there for 6 months every year for 25 years. And she sold her condo a few years back. And Wendy loves Arizona. In the wintertime, it's great. Summertime, no thank you. To me, extreme heat is as bad as extreme cold. You can't function in either. So when it's 115 or 120 degrees Fahrenheit out, you're not going to go out and garden. And when it's minus 40 degrees Celsius in Edmonton, you're not going to garden. You know what I mean? I like a happy medium. And I think the dry heat is much better than the humidity. So that's one thing Arizona has over Florida. They have the dry heat. And the winter times are supposed to be spectacular there. I've been to Southern California more than once in a winter, and it's absolutely beautiful. So, but Wendy does like Arizona, but in the wintertime. Frost can happen above sea level. Oh, really? Hey, Jane, there's no 6,000-foot mountains on Oahu, is there? I don't think. I don't think there's any that high there, is there? I mean, Diamond Head's not that high. I don't know of any over on the North Shore that are that high. The Haleakala is 10,000. I think it's 10,300 feet, and it can snow up there. No, the highest, that's what I thought, 4,000, which is higher than ours. Our highest here on Salt Spring is 2,300, just over 2,300 feet. Then we have one over 2,000, and we have another one's just under 2,000. We have a lot of mountains here, but the highest, like I say, is just around 2,300, just a little over 2,300. And when it does snow, it snows a lot more up there. And there'll be no snow down here. When you're driving to the south end, you can see snow up there. Yeah. I'd rather live in a hot place than, yeah, same with me. I agree with you, HS. Humidity is killer. Oh, yeah. The mountains? Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, if you go to the Big Island, you want to drive to the top of Mauna Loa or Mauna Kea, there's snow up there, right? It's a long way up. They're like 13,500 feet. And then you can hike Diamond Head on Oahu. You can go up that one. There's hikes up there, and go through the tunnels and stuff like that. And on Maui, Haleakala, you can drive up to the top there and hike around. There's observatories up there. And then there's lots of other mountains on Maui you can also hike, which is great. There's a bog on top. Oh, cool. Which means there's bog plants up there. So I wonder if you guys have carnivorous plants on Oahu. Do you think there's any carnivorous plants up there? We have carnivorous plants here on our coast in British Columbia. I think they're the sundew. I think that's what it is, sundew plant. We have one, actually. We have a sundew plant here. I always scared of mountain climbing. Yeah. No, I don't mountain climb. I just hike it like trails. I'm not going to be scaling rock faces like some of those people do. That's pretty sketchy. I mean, you make one wrong move, man, and you're down that mountain and you're toast. So no, thank you. I'll stick to the trails. And you can do that here on Salt Spring. There's lots of mountains to hike here. Salt Spring is definitely not flat. There is mountains everywhere. It is just getting nicer and nicer out here. I'm so happy. This weather is making me happy because it has been so smoky. Like I say, the last week, my lungs and throat were killing me. Probably feels like I've smoked about 10 packs of cigarettes every day and I don't smoke. Do you know where Bali is? Yeah, Bali's in Indonesia. I got friends that go there every year too. Jane, no carnivorous plant. Wow, but there is a sundew on the Kauai. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I have friends that live on Kauai. He works at the Botanical Garden, and Bonnie Raj works at Botanical Garden, and Bonnie works for Tommy Bahamas. They lived here on Salt Spring for 35 years, and now they are on Kauai. They moved to Kauai. I think this is their 6th year on Kauai, and they love it. They're at Poipu Beach, and loving every minute of it. No going back. He's lucky he had dual citizenship, so he could move there. She was Canadian, so he got her in. Miki na no in Hawaii. Sundew is filibuster. It's alive and kicking, growing slow because it's in the shade under big trees. But yeah, no, it's fine. It's growing slow. I watered it the other day. That's the problem. It's lack of water, Mason. It's just in a bad spot. I'm not going to bother digging it out. You know, if it dies one winter, that's fine. It's just an experiment. So it's doing okay. Just slow. Catch you next stream there, HS. Cheers to you. Stay safe out there, and thanks for dropping in. Yeah, check out my latest video, you guys, of the garden we just toured this morning. We're in our friend's garden at the plant farm, Jeff and Morgan, and it is overflowing with palm trees and exotica. And he has lots of citrus growing in there. He's got citrus you can actually eat. They're not ripe yet. They'll be ripe probably in a month or two, and then you can harvest them. But I did shoot a video of those, and I will upload that. But I did shoot a video of his garden. Walked through. He's got a massive exotic garden. Hey, Joe Sandor, how's it going? Sandor Bazikas. That's a cool name. Good to see you in there. I'm trying to get the sun out of my face. Oh, hang on. I got to move the patio umbrella. Hang on, guys. Hang on. The sun is blasting in here. Okay, let's see. Maybe that'll work. It's getting warmer by the minute here, folks. It is, that's a little bit better. It is really a beautiful day. This is the nicest day we've had since last Thursday. The smoke came in on Friday morning. And, I went to Friday morning and I looked out there and I could see, it looked like a beach of fog, ocean fog over the eastern outer Gulf Islands. And then it just moved in like a fog, but it was actually smoke. I know a carnivorous plant guy at Lion Arboretum. Oh, cool. Yeah, plant sale at Lion would be awesome. That is one of my favorite places to go. We have Van Dusen Botanical Gardens in Vancouver, and Wendy and I went to a plant sale there about 3-4 years ago. And lots of carnivorous plants, lots of everything. You could buy it all there. Lots of exotic. I love it. Nice to see the sun. Yeah. Oh, so sunny here and warm. It's just absolutely beautiful. Love it. Just got, okay, 3 hour. Oh, no. Oh, I hope it goes away sooner than ours did. Ours was here for a week. 1 week of smoke on the southern Gulf Islands, and it was bad smoke. The sun really couldn't get through. There was a couple of times we did get a little bit of clearing, and then more smoke came in. Do you water your carnivorous plants? No. I'm going to show you right now. It is here. Matter of fact, it needs to be weeded. It needs to be weeded. Where is my sundew? Right here. That is, oh, look at the weeds in there, Jane. That is absolutely disgusting. So we have, I think that's Sarracena. And there is a sundew plant here. You can see the sundew plant in here too. Very sticky. There's lots of little bugs on the sundew plant. But we have some grass growing in here, which is very, very bad. So I in front of you guys. Get this grass out of this sundew. And, whoops, we don't want to break that off. Got to be careful what we're weeding here. Anyway, no, I don't use distilled water on it. I just used well water. We have a well here. We have our own water supply, so it's pretty good water. Is it better to do with distilled water? I wonder. But we have them in our bird bath. They stay all winter. They've been there for years. We have carnivorous plants. They never come inside, and they are Sarracena, I think those ones. But yeah, this definitely needs a weed job. But they sure like the bugs. I'll tell you, it's just full of bugs, and it flowers too. So I'm going to have to pull all of this grass out here because it's taking over our plant. Yeah. I guess distilled water is probably better because it's more pure. I don't know. Our well water is full of minerals. And I mean, it doesn't hurt our plants. Our plants seem to like it. It'd be the worst if the well had salt in it. There's some people here, they drill a well and they get salt in it. That is bad news because you can't even water your garden with it. And you can't drink it because it is bad for you to drink salt. Oh, I just broke one off. Stupid me. I just broke off one of the sundews. Oh, I feel so stupid. Darn it. I should have just left it alone. Oh well, I got to be careful when I weed this. I shouldn't have done that. I'll get closer to it when I'm not on here. So anyway, how's the weather there today, Jane? I'm sure it's probably about 85 degrees and humid. I guess it's very humid there in, well, fairly humid in Hawaii. Hopefully you got some trade winds. Back, a quick visit. Rain's done for now, coming your way. Oh, good, I hope so. I don't see any clouds anywhere, but I sure hope it comes this way after I do my live stream because it is getting nicer out here. It's like there's barely a cloud now in the sky. It's just blue sky here, and I see one tiny little puffy cloud over there. Completely blue sky all around us. So, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take the rain. Tomorrow, maybe it can be sunny for me because it's Sunday, and then it can rain at night. I like when it rains at night and sunny in the day. So these sundew plants are very sticky. And unfortunately, I just broke that off, the sundew, and it looked like a newer one too. That's a bummer. I hate when I do that. Slow moving system, yeah. Long term, they don't like water with minerals in them. I'll show you the minerals. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, this one I've had for about a year, something like that. And it just sits out on the sun deck, and it seems to be pretty hardy. I'm still trying to weed it while I'm talking to you. It's just this grass is actually driving me crazy because there's so much grass in here. And grass mixed in with the sundew plant is not good. Hey, Wendy, look at all the grass in the sundew plant. I just broke off a sundew. I'm trying to weed it, right? And I just pulled out a sundew by mistake. Like it's full. I didn't realize how many weeds are in here. Here's Wendy. She's out gardening. Got any new plants? We did. We just picked up a truckload of new plants today. We went to the plant farm. Watch my latest video. I just uploaded it, okay? We're at the plant farm nursery. Some exotic display gardens there overflowing with palms. You'd die if you've seen the guy's garden, Jeff and Morgan.
And I took lots of
Wendy's got lots of pictures and videos, but Wendy.
Oh, we bought $250 worth.
She bought $250. She bought I just went to see the garden, and she ended up. Oh, do you have one of those?
I like
and then,
supporting local.
So she bought Claridendrum. She bought a beautiful big myrtle communist with flowers on it. She bought
bamboo.
She bought bamboo. It's a clumping bamboo. Vergesia? Could be Vergesia.
Oh, what is that plant?
And you bought boxwood.
What is that really cool one?
Claridendrum. And then she bought a paperbark maple, Acer Gracia. And there's Barry says hi.
Hi, Barry.
He lives in Comox, but he used to live in Lanceville.
Cool.
And any Bergmansia, I grew Bergmansia for years, but I don't have any left. My last one petered out, Barry. I have zero Bergmansia.
Paper bark.
She bought a paper bark maple.
I
transported it in my truck. They're her plants. Wyatt, hello.
They're both
anyway, she's been digging holes. She just planted the myrtle. She bought a bunch of black mondo grass.
Oh, wow.
And what else? Oh, and I got some cactus out of his garden.
Yeah, cactus.
He's got a nice cactus. I smell some.
A truck went by.
Oh, his brake.
You can see
it. You know what that is?
Oh, shit.
No, his brakes are burning. You can't say that on here.
Oh.
I'm doing a. No, I gotta.
That's
bad. See that smoke?
Yeah.
He's got his brakes on. That's brakes burning. A truck went by and it smells like. You know when you leave your park brake on and you drive? It's like all this. Oh man, it's nasty. That is terrible.
You didn't know it.
That's worse than the forest fire.